Camacho, Nicaraguan barrel aged. Hey everybody, again, this is Cigar Vlog. So, I swear to God, they put every possible detail they could onto the band when it comes to this cigar. And the footband too. So, in case you happen to forget, Nicaraguan barrel aged. Camacho, Nicaraguan barrel aged. Nicaraguan barrel aged. And old rum barrels, extra old rum barrels. And you get like rum flavor plus like a little touch of mold. Double down if you have like fucked up humidity. Anyway, I'm sorry, but this is a little overkill for marketing. And I can kind of give them some credit for, you know, updating the brand, making things look a little bit more modern and eye-catching. But that is a bit, shall we say, extreme. You piece of... Okay. Something's sticking in my leg. I hate that. So, is this going to taste like rum? I have no idea. Is it going to taste like smoke? No idea. That's why we review, so we find out and we know. Ooh. You just toast it, get some pretty decent little aroma coming off of there. By the way, if you hear any wind noise in the background, I don't know what to tell you about that. It does that like every couple of minutes for some reason. Wow. Right off the bat, this is going to sound really weird. I'm not really noticing rum. I'm getting a little bit of sweet, but the first thing that hit me in the face, you ever walk into a pizza parlor and it's got that smell, the kind of oregano, kind of, you know, cheesy pepperoni kind of thing going on? You know, it's kind of got that, like right off the bat, first thing you get, which is very weird. Yeah, that is bizarre. It actually kind of reminds me of like getting hit with that pizza smell when you first walk into a pizza place. I have no idea why. Well, anyway, that is an interesting start. I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the first inch here. Yank the band because it's super loose and kind of give me the creeps. And give an update from there. Okay, so far, about an inch in. Yeah, if you're paying attention to it, you actually do get a little bit of that kind of light rum, lightly aged rum kind of flavor profile. You know, a little sweet, kind of little, almost kind of borderline vanilla. Just that very kind of like rum-like flavor, which is not bad. Red Hill didn't have a whole lot in it, but that might change after a bit here. Yeah, if anything, Red Hill is just like a little bit more of what you get in the mouth. But so far, not bad. A little bit of rum, vanilla, a little slight caramel, still sweet. Maybe a touch of pepper at the end. Not bad. Not bad at all. Construction is Camacho, so it's tucked here, as usual. Everything looks nice. The exception of occasional spots here and there, but nothing too major. Alright, so far this is turned out to be pretty good. Big, huge double cabin, I like that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the halfway point and see if anything wakes up. There's a serious cloud bank rolling in, so I might get rained on. Okay, just a quick partial update here. The ash kind of fell off just a little early. Still got about an inch to go before the actual halfway point. But so far, been pretty good flavors. I also had to do a couple of touch-ups, but I'm going to call that a little bit of a wanky light. Otherwise, yeah, just figured I'd go ahead and point that out. If you're looking for long ash competition, probably not the best choice. Anyway, give me a couple minutes and I'll get a proper halfway update. Okay, pretty proper halfway point here. In case you can't tell, I had to do a pretty sizable touch-up. This kind of seems almost like it wants to tunnel a little bit. But I'm going to say get that little grain of salt, because I think I might have a little bit of an over-humidification. So, basically I'm giving it a little grain of salt on tunneling, because it's Camacho. I know that Camacho makes pretty quality stuff. So if it's tunneling in a little bit, that's probably my fault. Anyway, after a nice big old double puff, I got enough chutzpah, shall we say, to actually get like some actual flavor on the retrohale, which is very, very much like a light rum, which is rather nice. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You can almost taste the alcohol, almost. It's sweet. It's got a little caramel, a little vanilla. Very much that kind of rum profile. It says it was aged in rum barrels, supposedly. So far, though, good. Very good. It's got a nice sweet note at the finish as well. Occasionally you get a hit of pepper. Well, not really pepper, just kind of spice in general. And, yeah, just... They aged it in rum barrels, you can definitely tell. They did. On a side note, just saw a couple minutes ago, there was two boys walking through the field there. All kinds of fishing crap. And pretty obvious they don't actually know where they're going, but, you know. I just kind of looking at these little kids, you know, well, not little kids, you know, like, say, 12 to 14, somewhere in that area. They're walking through the field, and they got, you know, a rod, a bag of this, a bag of that, a backpack, fanny pack, you know, one of the dude's wearing a freaking fishing net over his head. I'm thinking to myself, it's a lot of crap to go fishing. I started thinking, I've seen a lot of guys take, like, full wagons of just buckets of stuff. And every time I see that, I kind of start thinking to myself, do you guys actually even know how to fish? It's like, yeah, you know how to bring in a fish, you know how to do a hook and bobber setup, but you really know, like, how to target a specific species. And it's one of those things that I kind of realized over the years that a lot of people learn to fish from, like, their dad, but when their dad doesn't really know how to fish besides, you know, hook and bobber, drowning worms, you know, bait dunkers, and getting drunk. There's always an obnoxious, flatulent motorcycle buzzing down the road, loud as hell. You know, I kind of learned over the years that fishing is one of those things that you kind of have to study. You know, like I actually had to figure out, you know, what does all this numbers on my rod mean? Oh, it takes a 1/4 ounce lure. Okay, cool. It's designed specifically for spin casting. Okay, so a fly rod's obviously not going to work. Obviously, I knew that in the first place because, you know, I actually have a fly rod, and it's way different. Anyway. It's kind of one of those weird things that, you know, I think people need to take a look at the nuts and bolts of their hobbies a little more than just the cursory, oh yeah, I know how to fish. Do you really? Can you catch specifically a catfish? Because I'd like to see that, you know? But anyway, that's just a little mild digression there. I just thought about that while I was puffing away. Anyway. I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the nub, see if I can burn my fingers off, and get a proper update from the final part of the cigar and see if anything wakes up or changes. Alright, I'd say it looks like a pretty good nub. So right about now we're getting to the point where the flavors kind of start washing out and you just get hot tobacco. So far, flavors have been pretty consistent throughout. You got a pretty solid Corojo cigar with pretty solid rum hit. You get a little bit of sweet, a little bit of vanilla, a little caramel, the kind of just overall rum profile on top of what's just generally a good cigar. So, drink pairings, aged rum or really dark espresso, or, you know, whatever you like. Not much else to say other than definitely check them out if the price isn't too dear. For money, I'd say these are quite nice. Definitely excellent on a hot afternoon with a nice cold drink. Other than that, not much else to say other than I better wrap this up, otherwise I'm going to get rained on. Anywho, if you got the money, check them out. Beyond that, if you like this review and the review, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you have a different experience. Beyond that, check out my Twitch stream, Sunday to Friday night, 10 to 2 a.m. If you can't make it for the live, the VOD will show up on YouTube eventually, and I'm going to remember to put the link in the description or somewhere on the page. Somewhere. I keep spacing that out. Sorry. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. I'll see you next time.